understanding politics. Now, politics are very interesting because if you want to go to the essence of politics, politics are us as far as in humans. Humans, we are politics, meaning our decisions, our lifestyles, our the way we see the world, it all reflects into our decisions of how people are to be governed, how people should there be a government or not a government, just human interaction. That's politics. But politics often become more than that, and it becomes systems and all these kind of things. Okay, systems of governance, governments obviously, um, selecting leadership roles, selecting authority with law enforcement, and the various other elements. But we are politics. Now, coming from that, it's interesting to see many of these manga, especially. I've been enjoying. You have One Piece, and this is a One Piece related video, but One Piece, Magi the Labyrinth of Magic. Any bit in Toriko? Small bit in Toriko. Shoot, there's plenty of manga deal with political issues. Not gonna lie, but even Naruto, as much as I slam Naruto, even Naruto attempts to deal with political issues. But One Piece and Magi Labyrinth of Magic especially they hit home heavy about politics. And One Piece, one of the most important elements. See, when Oda, he only hinted at it at first, pre-time skip, early on, especially with Monkey D. Garp, Luffy's grandfather, the main protagonist of the One Piece story. He talked about it. And we knew about 3 or 4, the Yonko. He talked about it. They're the 4 emperors of the New World. Now, the New World is the second half of the Grand Line. The first half is called Paradise. The second half is the New World. And I've often said about the New World that it's the strong survive, the weak either die or get the hell out. Okay, that's just how it is. And once again, as I said in a video, the first of 2 videos tonight that are sparked by a conversation I had with a subscriber. This is the second one being. The first one is uploading as I'm recording this. I had mentioned that I was reminded of a quote that Don Quixote do Flamingo had made pre-time skip. And he had talked about how the true pirates were the only ones that were going to survive in this new era coming, this era of smile. But anyways, with the Yonko we got introduced. Then we heard a bit more, especially Marineford. We actually saw the meeting of 2 Yonko, Whitebeard, Edward Newgate, and red-haired Shanks, who was you could say the one relatively responsible for getting Luffy to become a pirate, even though there's more to it than that. But you understand that we see Shanks as a Yonko, and those 2 clash on the Moby Dick Whitebeard ship, the main ship of the Whitebeard pirates. And we saw the raw power. We didn't know at the time, but it was Conqueror's Haki. We saw that unleashed, so we saw that. And the whole Marines, the world government was shook because you have the meeting of 2 Yonko. That's huge. We first saw that. And we see at Marineford, we see the Yonko 40 allied private crew. Yeah, what's going on? Whitebeard, just 1 Yonko going up against practically, or at least the amount of Marines that they could muster. Now, it's not the whole, amount of Marines across the globe, but you had even Vice Admiral. You had plenty of ranks, but you had Vice Admirals. You had the 3 Admirals. You had the legendary names: Vice Admiral Monkey D. Garp, the hero, Garp the hero, the Garp the Fist. You had Sengoku, Fleet Admiral Sengoku, the Golden Buddha. You didn't have Kong, the commander. I forget his actual title, but you didn't have him. You didn't have a girl side. They were still at Mary Jo. But you had the Shichibukai, the 7 warlords. And the video I did was the role of the Shichibukai at Marineford. That's the video that precedes this. Now, you had all this going down, right? 1 pirate crew. The red-haired pirates show up, ends the war. It's like, whoa. And it starts to get you to think. The more that we are now into the new world, it's like, damn. Damn, oh, really? Really though, Oda, okay. It took Oda's writing to a whole other level. That's what I told the dude. Like, the intricacies of this. Understand this. The fact is, the Yonko are all four pirates. They are their own political entity. Some may argue that Shichibukai aren't, but they're not really. They're under the world government sanction. They're sanctioned. They're privateers. They're sanctioned pirates. They get free passes as long as they, come to the aid of the world of the Marines from time to time, or they answer to the world government. Yonko don't. Yonko rule in the new world. Here and here's the understanding. There are 5 points when you need to understand the importance of the Yonko. Now, I don't know how long this video is going to go. My previous one went a little bit longer. This may go short because I'm not breaking down as much stuff. But like I said, 5 reasons for understanding to understand the politics of One Piece is to understand the Yonko. Now, number 1, balance. Balance, balance, balance. Not in the sense that the Shichibukai provide, because the Shichibukai's purpose is to provide balance between the Marine / world and the world government, between the Yonko, and that also the fact that 4 pirate crews, 4 main pirates, or need a whole crew of 7 relatively powerful pirates to aid in with the Marines. Now the admirals are no joke either. You understand what I'm saying? They need all this raw power to handle these 4 crews. It's huge. Balance. That's what the Shichibukai means. But the Yonko, the new world is a chaotic. The second half of the Grand Line is chaotic. Chaotic for so many reasons. Pirate crews and a whole, even the weather is chaotic. All things chaotic. They provide balance and they provide order. Okay? You just don't screw with a Yonko. You get on a Yonko's bad side, you're as good as dead, you're as good as screwed. You just don't screw with a Yonko. These are straight up badasses, every single one of them. You don't screw with them. I could use much stronger language, but I keep this channel PG-13. You just don't mess with you don't cross them. You step in their territory, and I'll get to the more balance, more of that later with the territories in the second point. But they provide this. You saw what happens when one Yonko, when Whitebeard died, was killed in Marine 4 by Blackbeard and his crew mainly. He took a lot of shots. He was a dying old man, but really by Blackbeard and his crew, the Blackbeard pirates. Whole shake up. Now, man, you had Yonko grabbing. They had to grab. It was a gold rush of territory grabbing, especially with Big Man. Probably a bit with Kaido. We don't know about Shanks, but we also saw a new up and coming Blackbeard. He took over the Yonko role, and it kind of stabilized things. With Whitebeard going down, and Whitebeard, he probably had the most. He was the highly, arguably the most respected. He's from the golden age of pirates. You can say Shanks is the most respected, but it's arguable. Anyway, with that, once Whitebeard went down, you saw pirates running amok. They started raiding. You saw pillaging and whatever. You saw Brownbeard. You remember him from Punk Hazard. We saw that. So much crap happened. They provide balance. Number 2, territories. They say, oh man, it's simple, but I wasn't expecting this. I understand that pirates, I was not expecting this. The Yonko, you just don't even come up against them. But not only do they have powerful dudes, they have underlings under them. The fact is, Kaido has Don Quixote, Doflamingo, Andres Rosa under him. Doflamingo, who I consider Admiral level. Do I think he can beat Admiral? No. A former Admiral, I don't think. If he would have went against AOKG, for example, on Punk Hazard, I don't think he would have won. I don't think he would have survived. He would have died. You understand? If AOKG saw fit. But the fact is, Doflamingo. What does that tell y'all, yo? What does that tell y'all? It's a syndicate kind of thing. Kind of how we saw this a little bit, and I'm pretty sure this is where Crocodile got the idea from. And we even see with Doflamingo how amongst his pirates he kind of had, it's a syndicate minded. This is not a joke of how this is how it runs in the One Piece world. With Crocodile, with Baroque Works, we saw that as well. Did we see that a little bit? Not so much with Gecko Moria, but you could see vague resemblances of it, okay? So this is how it works. It's different islands, spheres of influence, okay? Territories. You, in order to face off against a Yonko, an emperor, you got to do one of two things. Or in order to actually survive in the New World, you have to do one of two things. You have to either bow down, kowtow, and what we think the Red Flag X Drake is doing to Kaido, because he went to, mute Kaido, but we see him, post time skip. We're thinking, because we know about the whole Zoan Devil Fruit thing with Kaido, we're thinking, yeah, X Drake probably joined under Kaido. Can't blame him. I ain't hating on him. We don't know his reasons. We don't know his motivations. We don't know. We haven't seen it. We've seen him in the cover pages, but we haven't really seen him meet up with Luffy or any of the rest. Okay? It's the least that we know. I mean, he may have clashed with Kid at some point. Who knows? But the very fact, you got X Drake, you got Doflamingo, just syndicate minded. But the other reason, besides relative kowtowing under him, it's to take territories. Kind of what Luffy's about to do. When he threatened, people need to understand the significance of Luffy challenging Big Man. It wasn't just that he challenged Big Man. He said, Fishman Island is now my territory. It wasn't that the whole shipment of candy and all of that. It wasn't just that. He was threatening to take a territory. That's straight war. Understand that? War. So we got territories. Really, we see the empire thing. We see why they call it. Number 3, order. Not only do you provide balance, but order. There's an order to things, okay? And like I mentioned, kind of the connection with how we and also I could have mentioned about no, I'll save that for later. Gecko Moria, I'll save that for later, and probably Crocodile as well. But with order, not only get balance, but you get an order. You know how things going to be. They set things up. Okay, we see order with examples. Red Hair Shanks coming into Marineford and stopping a war. He even stopped Akainu from killing Kobe. Okay, he stopped the war. Sengoku respected him enough to end a war instantly. Now people want to say, oh, but how could they handle another Yonko? It wasn't just that. I personally think the Red Hair Pirates were even more powerful than the White Beard Pirates. Just saying. At that point, hell yeah. When you have Ben Beckman pointing a freaking pistol at Kizaru, even though he's sarcastic, he was holding his hands up. Kizaru wasn't feeling that for Marco, 1st Division Commander. They wasn't worried about Ace got killed by Akainu. I'm not saying these guys are scrubs, but what I'm saying is, the red-haired pirates. We see doggone Big Ma'am. What happens? Whitebeard's out. She's like, my turn, my advantage. She just starts claiming order. She's like, yo, you do what I want, you're protected. You don't, you're screwed. I'm not even going to allow others to screw you. I want to come and destroy you myself. Order. Not a law, order. And see, that's why the government tolerates them. Because the world government, as powerful as they claim to be, they can't screw with the new world. The admirals are one thing, but the admirals can't be everywhere. You got fleet admiral, you got the higher ups, you got the vice admiral, but they can't do everything. The fact is, they sent 10 for a Buster Call alone. They sent 10 vice admirals. Just saying. I'm just saying. Do they necessarily need them? But no. But just saying. Just saying. Under the vice admirals, there are some strong dudes, but they're not really all that powerful. Against the pirates of the New World, the government can't screw with that. But the Yonko, their names alone puts the fear of God in the people. Puts the fear of God. I mean, Blackbeard. And then the fact that Blackbeard was able to come up, that's telling you. Then we see the balance, we see the territories, we see the order. Then we see the pirate crews. Now the pirate crews, this is very key. This is why I brought up Doflamingo. I brought up him earlier. And his pirate crew, this isn't much of a spoil. I'm not gonna really spoil it, but it said in the Dressrosa arc recently. Was it the most recent? Or was it might have been a chapter before the most recent. No, I believe it was the most recent. 733. It talked about him having. Oh no! It was 732 because the toy soldier was breaking down, or one of the dwarves were breaking down. I hate spoil, but that is what it is. Not much of a spoil, but yes, dwarves. Anyway, there's a certain group. Stuff is going down in Dressrosa. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little bit spoiled, not much, but little sample of what's to come, the greatness of the Dressrosa arc, which I do consider greater than Marine 4 even at this point. In that we see Doflamingo has 2,000 pirates under him. 2,000 pirates. Now not all of them are powerful, but still 2,000. Now you can say, well, he has a whole nation, a whole country. Dressrosa is but still, Don Quixote pirates, 2,000. That's not a surprise of how it was. Dog Whitebeard had 4 divisions. Okay, he had 40 allies that showed up with him at Marine 4, 40 allied pirate crews. Understand that at Marine 4 there was said to be around 100,000 Marines. Then you had the 7 Chichibukai. Oh, but not to mention that you also had, besides the Whitebeard, you had Luffy and the breakouts, the 200 some odd breakouts from Impel Down. But understand this, Whitebeard, you see his crew. All we've seen, we don't know about Shanks. All we've seen is the red-haired pirate ship. That's it. We haven't seen much more than that. Would he have allies? Now, does Shank have allies? I mean, it's argued to say that Mihawk to me is an ally. Just saying. Kaido, he's said to have a devil fruit, a artificial zone, because of smiling, artificial zone devil fruit army of 500. That's not including his commanders and all the rest of it. 500. Big man. We haven't even seen all of her. She's got this massive. And besides the red-haired pirates, we don't know about Kaido. We don't know about Blackbeard. We think he's probably upgraded. But Big Man, Whitebeard, and then we saw Gecko Moria a bit. She was huge. Big Man, she was huge. The Moby Dick Whitebeard, she was huge. And besides Shanks, most of these pirates are huge. We don't know about Kaido though. Once again, we don't know about Kaido. What you understand is these pirates are huge and powerful. Huge and powerful pirate crews. Not just the captain, but their power. You have some top tier dudes, or whether it be low, mid, top tier dudes in these pirate crews. They're not in the screw it. Once again. And last but certainly not least, I covered balance, I covered territories, I covered order, I covered pirate crews. What would be a last point to end off this? The politics. I guess to talk about politics in itself. Now, the fact here's the three reasons. I'll break this down relatively quickly. 3 reasons why the politics of this is so huge. This political entity series is so huge. I've already explained those. Besides the stuff I explained before. The first reason why the political entity is so huge is that it further divides, and it allows for more understanding into how the One Piece world works. Because you understand that not all nations are under the world government. There's like Wano country, for example, the land of the samurais. They're so powerful that they're not under. Elbaf might not be under. Alabasta, back in the first half of the Grand Line of Paradise, they were not under the world. There are nations. The fact that we have, it's like, brings a question. I've had that question for a while. It's like, how? I understand. I mean, the world government, the way they do it, they suppose are all seas, right? Well, the Yonko are ungovernable. They're their own government. They're emperors. We're not talking Boa Hancock Queen status. We're not talking Dressrosa Doflamingo King status. We're not talking about that. We're talking emperors. And I've always considered emperors to be higher than, empires to be higher than kingdoms. For many reasons, right? You could have a small king, but an empire, that's saying something. It doesn't matter whether you be talking about nation kind of things, or whether we talking about business, whatever your thing is usually we see in nations in the business, empires. So understand that it explains, it brings some clarity to have certain nations can be independent of the world government. How the world government just like, well, we're not going to. Now, Alabasta is a specific situation, which we learned in Dressrosa, which I will not spoil. But Wano country, we haven't gotten the full grasp of that. And there's probably other nations in other island nations in the One Piece world that are like that. Now, number 2, we get power as a political. We understand power. Not only these powers powerful, because there's powerful powers. For example, Luffy. Now, will Luffy become a Yonko? Luffy and some of the worst generation. I mean, we already see Blackbeard, but Blackbeard's an exception to the worst generation, because the 11 out of the 12, Blackbeard included, he's a 12th member, but the other 11 are supernovas from 2 years ago. Will any of the rest of them become Yonko? Or will the whole game change? Will there no longer be a Yonko position? I don't know. I cannot answer the question. But when we see this, powerful individuals, powerful pirates, aren't getting that title. So what it means is, along with the order, it means that not only guys are very powerful as in strength-wise, not only their abilities or hacks or whatever you want to say, they're OP characters, badass, whatever. Their control of the underworld, the underworld of the new world, their political ties in ways we don't even know, because there's a lot. I'm pretty sure there's some top tier characters that we have yet to see in One Piece. For example, during Punk Hazard, the brokers, there were some dudes we haven't seen yet. There's, we gotta understand that not only a power, I mean, we can go with the might. Dudes, Shichibukai like Gecko Moria and Sir Crocodile. Now, Gecko Moria ain't all that impressive, but his power is impressive. He's not all that impressive, but his ability is impressive. But you do a screw like Sir Crocodile, who went a chump. He got kicked out. They both got kicked out of the New World. Gecko Mori's whole crew, besides him, got destroyed by Kaido. Like, these dudes, like, what the mess. So political ties and power and might, it helps us to gauge, understand where Luffy has to go. Luffy can't. Trafalgar Law stated that between the Straw Hat Pirates and the Heart Pirates align. Luffy and Trafalgar Law are no jokes. They're no pushovers. Okay. Trafalgar Law, people need to realize, is weaker than Luffy, but Law is no pushover. Between those two, 30% chance of taking down Kaido by Law's estimate. Now, I believe Law has met Kaido in the past. Being on the Doflamingo, I'm believing this. So, 30%? And I'm pretty sure that maybe have to deal with other subordinates besides Doflamingo. But 30%? Are you serious, bro? Luffy, like, we're talking Luffy, man. Post-time skip Luffy. Who I consider admiral of it. Is he stronger than Vidal? No. But the Yonko are more powerful than admirals. The fact that all 3 admirals needed to face off against one Yonko. Understand that. And the third thing to end this video, I would say, is man, where's my mind? The third thing I would say is we got power struggles. I'm trying to gauge my thoughts here. The third thing I would say would be where, how the world, reflection to the real world. That's where it actually reflects the real world. That's how the world works. There's a balance of power. And that's what one of the themes I love about One Piece, besides the whole justice, question about justice, and a lot of things, the balance of power. You have these four individuals who they choose not to engage in conflict because for the greater good, for their own personal good, and they don't, as far as we know, they don't really war over territories. They may fight this and that. They do a little something, but they know how to keep things in balance of power. So it's a broader perspective, and it heightens to ours. It highlights to us about real world perspective. Unexpected one to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts. I know this video was long. I expected it to be long. Honestly, this video could have been 2 to 3 times longer, just like my last one. It was well. This video could have been longer. Okay, so this is an important topic because, like I said, it relates not only to the One Piece world, it relates to the real world. Understanding the politics in the One Piece world will actually help you understand the politics in the real world. Alright, y'all. Till next time. Peace.